Hi, everybody. Welcome to the FFL Success Zone Veteran Lead, Final Expense Lead, New Agent Boot Camp. Thanks for joining this. This is Trey Honeycutt. I just wanted to shoot a real quick welcome video to give you guys an idea of the flow of this training site, how it fits into the big picture of what it is that we're trying to do, and how you can get the most out of it. What we've done down below is we've put the script that new agents should use for vet leads and final expense leads. And then we broke the script down into 5 or 6 main areas with specific training on those segments of the script. Uh, the script itself is like science. It's exactly what to say, the words, all that stuff, like what you need to actually say to go from point A to point B and then closing the sale. Uh, but to get really good at this business, it's art, not science. That's what I want people to understand. So, what the next sections are for is how to make this learning more of the art, not just what to say, but how to say it and why you're saying it. And so, one of the things you'll notice about this business, the longer you stay in it, is you'll realize that really there's 4 different phases that you're going to go through. Initially, you're going to learn in this classroom setting. You're going to get on the training sites. You're going to get on Zoom. You're going to plug in. You're going to listen to people dial. You're going to dial with people. You're going to attend one of our events. You're going to come to a lock-in. You're going to dial with other agents. You're going to learn from those people. That's the classroom setting. That's the learned knowledge of what to do. Then you're going to get better at what to do by putting those things into practice. So you go from learned knowledge to activity knowledge. Then what's going to happen is you're going to go back to the very same basic training after you have some practice, after you've put in the activity, and that learned knowledge, you're going to get more from it by attending the classroom setting again. So you're going to bounce back and forth from learning to doing, learning to doing, learning to doing, learning to doing. And every time you do that, you're going to get better because what's different? You're different by putting the activity in. Now, the next phase of this business is modeling knowledge. That's where you're going to show up to the events. You're going to show up to Zoom every day. You're going to get on our live dials. You're going to come to national conference. You're going to meet people in the business. You're going to make friends, and you'll learn to model and pick things from different people the longer you stay in the business. That's when you start to become an artist. But the true test of art in this business is teaching knowledge. That's where you get good enough that you show up to the Zoom every day. There's new agents listening to you. You're coaching, you're pouring into people, you're teaching people how to do it. You're building a business of your own with your own team. Now, the mistake that most people make is they want to go from learner to teacher, and they want to skip the 2 steps in between, the activity and the modeling. That's a recipe for disaster. So, what I'm going to ask you to do is to consume this information. Plug into the events, plug into the schedule, plug into what we ask you to plug into on the site, get acquainted with everybody on the team. Avoid the urge to interject and coach people if you're not yet writing $30,000 a month yourself. It's okay to be new. It's okay to not have all the answers, but deflect to people who are writing 30, 40, $50,000 a month in the training setting and allow them to coach people and you learn with them. That's a huge thing. People say, hey, I got on the Zoom, I got on the live dials, there's nobody talking. Well, what you should do is you should unmute and you should talk. What you should do is you should unmute and let people hear you do your script. Let people hear you dial. Let people hear the phone ring so that when somebody picks up, you know exactly what to say. And then we can coach you from the very beginning so that you can have success at this. The big mistake that people make in this business is they try to do it all by themselves. This is a system of let's go do it. So we want you to circle the wagons. We want you to circle the fire. We want you to be around, engaged, and understand that the only way you can truly fail at this is to give up too soon. And I've seen so many people that have so much talent and so much potential just literally throw the towel in way too quick. So this site is designed to take you from not selling to selling in the shortest way possible, the most efficient way possible, and the most profitable way possible. Because the one thing that we know is when you got here, you probably weren't financially set. You need to make sales tomorrow. You need to make sales today. We were all in that same position. So what we've done is we've assembled the most basic knowledge, the most fundamental boot camp we could in order to teach you from the very beginning what to do, what not to do, where to engage, where to plug in, what to be a part of, and to make sure that your expectations are correct. So underneath this, you're going to see the script, you're going to see a breakdown of different segments of the script. You're going to watch those segments to take that from just being science to being truly art and learning the mastery of it. You're going to revisit that over and over again. You're going to plug into our weekly calls. You plug into the weekly trainings. You're going to plug into the weekly trainings that corporate offers. You're going to use the goal card. You're going to use the dial tracker, and you're going to truly consume this information over and over again. And eventually, you're going to get really, really good at it. That doesn't mean you can't make money along the way. That's my encouragement to you. If you have any questions at all, reach out to the person that gave you this site and let us coach you and mentor you to where you need to go. But these truly are the steps in the blueprint of what it is that you're looking for in the business. And I would just say, welcome. Thanks for being part of the FFL Success Zone. Frank, Jamie Euphemia, Dominic Rogers, we all want to see you win. And we'll do anything we can to help you win. Mike File, we have the leads, we have the systems, we have everything that you need in order to be really, really successful at this. And I would just encourage you to embrace this environment, give yourself time. That doesn't mean you can't make money while you're learning. That's the goal, is to earn while you learn. So thanks for being here. Everything you need is on the site to get started. The training to get you to $20,000 a month consistently is right here. If you want to go to 50,000, 60,000, 80,000, we got training for that too. But this is the basic training for veteran leads and final expense. So thanks for jumping on. Enjoy the site. We'll see you on the team calls. We'll see you on live dials. Make it a great week. Make it a great year.